Hello everyone, welcome back to Matchday number 13. It has been a long day so far, but we are on towards the final map between compLexity and Liquid.
Yeah, absolutely. If you caught us from the start where we had that 16-0 to SK over Spice, you might have thought we would have been for a little bit of a shorter day than usual, but 2 overtimes in a row. And that, well, that's like the score here. It was
19-16.
And then the last one was 25-22. Is that it? They have.
You didn't write? Did you write it down?
I thought I did. I did.
Okay, you didn't. Yeah. Okay.
I really had to go to the bar.
See, there's like nothing here. There's no notebook, no magic, no trickery. It's all here.
Anyway, moving on. No, it's impressive. It's very impressive, but
it's
all here as well. So we had 0 to 16 SK absolutely dominating Train, and then by some grace of God, Splice brought it back into OT to a very redundant. We'll get to that in a second, but redundant SK with just a little bit of sleep there, 22 to 25 in favor of Liquid. They did grasp at the back. compLexity very valiantly fought. I think they had 1 match point to Liquid's 3, and Liquid did manage to close that out. We have one more map, which is Liquid's choice onto Cbble against compLexity, and we both agree that there is a chance that this will be a bit of a whitewash. As we go to that mainstream, though, we have another pretty decently sized overtime on Cache with Renegades actually taking that 2-0. So we spoke about if one of those teams manages to get to 2-0 there, they'd be very pleased with themselves.
That went a triple overtime as well.
Yeah. So and bit of a shock here, but 16-4 to Immortals over Optic.
I'm taking a look at that at this stage because I'll take a sneaky peek at this stage.
It's it definitely raises some eyebrows, that scoreline, doesn't it?
Absolutely, because that was not what I expected on Overpass. I mean, who had a massive game? I know Horvey started playing, but okay. Steel and Destiny decided to drop like 23 kills and 8 deaths and 21 kills respectively. I guess that's the one way that you want to win a game, where everyone does really well.
Yeah.
Jeez. This just lights out.
So
that's definitely a surprising result. I mean, that's a big underperformance from Optic and definitely a stellar performance from Immortals. I almost thought, you know, given that the new sign-ups, it'll take a little bit of time to integrate into the lineup, but
it's just like, wow.
Like Optic, the EU team that has come towards NA and is just blasting people, and they just lost against Immortals, who are trying to regather their composure and try to regain their lineup together.
Yeah.
16-4. Still a very, very big result. But regardless, we're on towards our final map today between compLexity as well as Liquid. Not much to say for both sides. I mean, compLexity, there's a lot to say, but we could sum it up very succinctly as saying it as thus. compLexity played very well, couldn't clutch it out towards the very end. Few crucial rounds, and Liquid probably underperforming at the mid stage, but definitely at the end, stepped it up into a different gear. That was a Liquid we expected. It was kind of like they were the bread of the sandwich. They did really well at the bread part, but the middle part wasn't really that good. There was nothing in between.
Yeah, that you could definitely say that is the case there. And going into this next map, which is Cobblestone, obviously Liquid pick, they're quite strong on it. It's somewhat an unknown quantity for compLexity, but I'm going to say if they can stick to it and kind of not go to that 10-1 deficit they did on Train, they might have an opportunity here just based on the way we saw them finish up very strongly on that last map. I
still believe Liquid should be heavily favored for this map, and those are the default starting odds, I believe, that we saw earlier, so we'll see it shift during the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll bring up those Betway odds during the game multiple times to keep you tracked on to how the odds are going. But yeah, I do kind of like, I don't favor them, but I give them a lot more weight coming into this map. Who knows, maybe they'll just be at 6s and 7s, then we just won't have a grasp on Cobblestone, but, you know, we'll see what will happen. But yeah, I was really impressed with the latter parts, especially coming down from 10-1, right? There is every opportunity, like we saw on Spice on Train, where they just write it off, you know? Like, they try to get back into it. They start making silly mistakes. They do the one-outs, but they just stayed composed, clawed it back, probably much to the credit of their IGL, who is slamming, and I expect to see the same coming onto Cobblestone.
Hopefully so. I'd like to see a good contest as much as... And that's the whole thing. Like, our match day has been... We started off with 16-0, and our match day is still slower. Like, like how does that work out? But regardless, it is what it is, and it's been a good day of Counter-Strike so far, so hopefully there's something good to end it. I don't want another flat 16-0. Please don't give me a 16-0. I want something with substance inside it. You know, the entree was lacking. The mains were really, really good. I'm stuffed at the stage, but what would top it off is just that sweet, sweet dessert.
Sweet. What is your dessert of choice, mate? If I said, hey, I'm going to go get dessert, what would you like right now?
I would actually, because I passed by a shop that sells cakes, not describing it any particular name, but I would like a Black Forest cake or a strawberry forest cake right now. Yeah, just a slice.
Look at this weird craving for, like this pregnant woman craving for a creme brulee now. I don't know. Ever since you mentioned the word dessert, I just really want a really nice, fancy, maybe a bit of vanilla bean in there.
I actually had a creme brulee tea yesterday.
Tea?
Yeah, so they did it in a particular way that it made it smell like creme brulee, and I tasted some of it. It's quite nice.
All right, well, I'm going to have to get details off you after this game, but here we have it. Complexity opting for that CT side. There was a bit of up and down on seeing where they would choose, but I've obviously decided to lock down and see if they can get something rolling by holding off this Team Liquid attack. A couple of flashes on to Stanislaw. He has opted to use one already, and Nitro does have that molly and a couple of Glocks. And pretty much default stuff here coming out from Complexity there. 1 kill coming out for Android there. Nitro trades out straight away. Slemmy just 1 for 1 right now. Nitro gets the upper hand by making a 3-on-2 situation. Now it is down to Yeaster, who will find one coming from drop down. Needs to find that second. Does manage to find Nitro. Allegiant knows exactly where he is, but this second player is going to be absolute hellfire here. Allegiant now just needs to play ring around the rosy here.
I'm not sure if there's a kit on the site as well, as Peter is coming up towards alleyway. Elige. Well, they're both down, tagged relatively low. They're just dancing around at this particular point in time. And actually, Elige has managed to make his way back towards B plat. And Peters is sticking it. He's done a little bit more damage. He's going to jump on, change up the angle, make it a little bit more difficult for Elige. And Elige is just peeking it. And there we have it. Really, really well played by Peter. Just holding his nerve. He knows there's a particular point that Elige has to peek out.
Yeah.
There you have it. Complexity to win the crucial pistol round.
And Peter just, you know, Elige doing absolutely everything that he could there. In the end, Peter did have that kit in hand, had the better position, but, you know, very well played. But fortunately, Complexity do get away with it. So, a nice little start there. We'll see if they can string together the subsequent rounds, though, which is the all-important question, right?
Absolutely. As Liquid don't need to force too much in this round. They've got the bomb plant down, looking to bring up the AK-47s. If they get another bomb plant down, they'll be a nice dessert, as we're going on the dessert analogy. But if they don't, they'll be quite satisfied. They can still have a very fighting chance in this in depth. And watching B plat just allows them straight out.
Does a little bit of damage there onto Def as Nitro actually manages to find Android. So 4-on-4, but obviously the firepower is still very in control of the guys, and Complexity and Peter will take down Elige as well. So Nitro very low. Might be able to find one in the close angle with the CZ, but gets taken down to make it a 2-on-4 in favor of Complexity.
And Peter just staying with the USP. He wants the AWP in the next round, so he knows there's not going to be much in this particular round. All Complexity need to do right now is just stay alive. They've only lost a single gun, which is really good. And Peter won't be able to retrieve anything, but you'll see the AWP coming straight up for him. Complexity. If they're able to take this round and steal a few AK-47s for themselves, they'll be relatively happy. Or if they can do some damage, at the very least they'll go into the next eco, not feeling too much under the pump.
Yeah, so Liquid, with that bomb plant, had a bit of money, obviously investing in a couple of pistols. So only UMP's out, but right now the firepower, I'd say, is kind of matched, except for that AWP onto Peter. He might take a sneaky peek onto mid, which is a little bit risky at this round here, because he might get set up on, which he absolutely will be. So if he needs to, he's going down at one point or another. He needs to find a couple of frags. He finds a one, might get a second, actually whiffs the second shot. So not really worth in the end, and hands over that AWP to JDM, who had a great ending to the last map. Bit quiet during regular time, as we see Stanislaw just rushing through connectors. So this round has been topped on its head. Probably no thanks to that aggression from Peter, not finding too much damage there. So now it's a 3-on-2 situation in favor of Liquid.
A little bit worrying, though, given that the fact that they will allow drop room control so easily. And Stanislaw pushing up right now has spotted out Slemmy. They know where he is, and JDM's just locking down the angle, and Stanislaw will just take the duel with the AK-47. The worrying part for me is that they just left drop room completely open and no one was listening in for information. Normally, you suspect that there is going to be one person late lurking, and Stanislaw is just allowed up the column area, up through connector without being challenged at all. Really, really troubling, because it kind of spells signs where I'm not certain if Complexity understands and how the flow of the map goes.
Yep. Well, there you have it. It actually just
could be one minor misstep, right? Because they're considering that Liquid, okay, they're all in. Maybe it was a miscommunication. Someone Complexity has called this all 5 here, and Depp pays the ultimate price. But imagine if there wasn't the flank by Stanislaw. That would mean that 2 people don't go down, and Complexity would be able to take them round. They're on the full eco this round because it means they can buy up in the next one and try to fight back. They're just looking to do as much damage as they can.
Yeah, maybe recover a couple of these weapons. Just a single flash onto Slemmy, and we do see the upgraded pistol onto Android with the CZ in hand. But at this stage, these USPs will falter to do any damage against the full armored opponents here on Liquid. And a bit of a shame they couldn't string together those 3 rounds. But Liquid, not the kind of team you want to count out in any situation as they do make their way out towards B plat. Looks like it might be just a bit of a flash, and Nitro gets out, makes his way towards drop. And it looks like they will have control of this B bomb site.
Pretty easy take. Liquid just sussed out things. Complexity gambled incorrectly, such as life. You can't win all the time. Sometimes you guess correctly, sometimes you don't.
Yeah. And
I don't necessarily agree with Stanislaw chasing for the kill, though, especially with the AK.
Peter picked up an AK.
At spawn?
Is
I
it
don't
just
know, actually.
dropped?
That's a really good question. How does he find one?
Sure. So Peter's managed to get an AK for free.
It
So
would
really,
have been at spawn, so he must have picked one up and just been like...
and Nitro's left it to... That's really weird, but...
really bad miscommunication coming out from Liquid, because it just gifts a free AK. Complexity just going to be, oh, sweet, free AK.
So you know, at the end of the day, they invested so little just to see Z, and they managed to get an AK out of it just by dumb luck, really. But, you know, still something out of that round, which is good for Complexity. 2-2 now. The buys will be coming out, and that AK will make a world of difference here.
Means extra utility. Actually, it means extra utility, extra armor. Yaster is a very good fighting kit, even though he dropped, I believe, the AWP over. Depth dropped the AWP. He's not going to afford too much, but he's got the AK to fight with. If he aims on point, you don't really need the utility. But look at that. Peter's got everything he wants to work with. He's going to be happy.
Absolutely. Def. I'd love to see the reaction there. If,
oh, fast up A. This is a change of pace from Liquid, and they've read it completely correctly because there's no one on the A-bomb side. It was only Slemmy that was lurking, and now Yaster is in a bit of trouble. Needs to be cautious. A Liege. Oh, no. The bomb's been lost in the open. Slemmy gets found out, though. He's trying to late lurk, but JDM is just a little bit too wise and is aware of the position. And Yaster, Molly's coming in now. He's just praying that it doesn't spread. You can look. He's like, no, please don't spread. Please don't spread. I do not want to be dancing on this dance floor. Android, he can't really jump out right now. The bomb plant will go forward. Yaystar will eventually lose his life. JDM was watching the angle the entire time. And I think Complexity just need to call it off. There is no way in. Call it off. Cut your losses while it's early.
Yeah, still with that AK and that AWP. Still a bit of utility and the kit left onto Peter. So still quite a bit to save as they make their way to the B bomb side. But it does look like Stanislaw is already making his way through B halls and might catch one of these guys off guard. Peter, a little bit keen onto it. We'll just kind of hold the line. He's actually making his way up towards drop. So if Def's not watching the right angle, which he is, and he might get taken down. So there goes the AK. And now the hunt will be more than on for this AWP that needs to be saved.
And he's just in so much danger at the moment. But what a shot on the head through the edge. A little bit of a highlight for Peter, but Nitro is still on the hunt. He'll be able to take this AWP as long as he doesn't peek, and he's not going to unnecessarily peek.
Oh. Lances may have come through towards the end there, but nonetheless, he manages to get that AWP into the next round, which might give him an opportunity to work something. Looks like it might be interesting to see if they force anything around this, but it looks like it's going to be upgraded pistols, so the AWP has to do a lot of the carrying here.
Just looking to do as much damage on the back of it, and they might just stack the B bomb site with the AWP, and Liquid is coming straight to the B bomb site. Rain of flashbangs, not what you want to be seeing. Molotov comes out, but the smoke for Ali allows Stanislaw to push straight forward, and Slemmy, oh my goodness, Slemmy managed to land the shot. They managed to turn around just a little bit for now, but the AWP still hasn't made an impact yet. There it is. Slemmy is actually making more impact with the P250 than he is with the AWP. Oh, what a one-tap coming out from Android with a P250. And now JDM is in a little bit of trouble. Great grenade, does damage Android down towards 40. Peter spotted the line, and Liquid just unnecessarily going a little bit too quickly and not suspecting that the stack is going to be on the B bomb site, but definitely Slemmy with a P250 stepping up, and Android, oh, crisp P250 shot.
Yeah, that was a nice little stack there. This time opting for that stack with the AWP onto that B bomb side, it paying off. I thought it might have been a little bit too passive there, not holding those angles necessarily, but they just kind of let the aggression come in and set the trap and just really took out that round, much to the shock of Liquid, right? I think it was more of a let's not fix it if it's not broken, and I think we might see a bit more of a methodical play coming out from them this time.
Much more spread across the map.
Nice round from Complexity, though.
That was a big lifeline, considering.
Only got that last frag as well, which is really like, you know, credit to the rest of those players there.
It's credit to the P250 usage, but they've allowed Stanislaw to come so deep in and Def. Oh my goodness, the peak timing. You'd hate to see it, but it works out for Complexity. You'd hear the Molotov burning. He peeks out, catches him off guard. JDM's already down to 13. I'd suspect through a combination of either a dink or some good grenades being used to push him back further and further. But Liquid is still stacking up to the B side. They've got drop room control. They've got E-box control, but they can't really bust out just yet. Android's making sure that there can be no sneaky shenanigans towards the A side, but it means that there's only going to be 2 on the B bomb site. It's going to be Depth and the A star rifles. Very dynamic in this position. But Liquid, just waiting.
Yeah, very interesting to see that they just give up drop room like that, especially how detrimental it was coming into that third round, getting the flank through connector. But nonetheless, they feel confident that they can abide by it. We did see that peak from Def just doing wonderful work there, catching out Stanislaw.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to take drop every single time, considering that if Liquid decide to use a lot of utility, you have to choose your time to fight it. And I'm not a big fan of just completely leaving it open so Liquid can just come straight forward and just drop down without any use of utility. But I do agree that you have to just dart around sometimes. You don't have to always challenge it. And you sometimes do.
Yeah, now it's down to Slemmy, gets a nice little flash and twist, opens up onto Def. As Peter finds a nice double there. And it looks like it's just down to Twist at this stage, so
can't even escape. So he does manage to get the round money, but compLexity starting to look a little bit alive, getting a few critical rounds on the CT side. Hopefully got something on the T side to back it up, because that's what I'm waiting for at this stage. If they get probably about 7 on the CT side, I'd be happy with it. Peter throwing the angle because he knows he's got a teammate watching towards the long A line. He can comfortably sit there. And now questions being asked of Def, because he's only gotten 1 kill so far in this entire half. Worrying signs as now they're going towards the A-bomb site. Peter is watching just the mid line. Slemmy is spotting their feet across, and he's going to spot a lot of feet. Needs to be cautious being overwhelmed, though, and he has to actually stand his ground and challenge it, which is never an ideal situation, given that he has not done enough damage to justify his position. Stanislaw just spotting for information over the edge of the smoke. Android's getting close. Throwing the grenade. Stanislaw's actually going to push straight out. Nearly catches Android off guard. Almost works out, but Twist so sharp on towards Def. And now Android, dead man walking for sure, but at least gets the 1-for-1. Peter's now dinked out. He's caught in no man's land. Where is the rotation coming from? Yaystar, because he's the person who needs to do the work. A lot of time for Liquid to work with. He can just stay around and... Oh, Leech. Still up to yours, Yaystar, and Liquid can just go straight back to the B site if they choose to do so.
Yeah, Yaystar here, we know he's capable of getting out this situation. Elijah's been taken down to that one. They're both on the 1B potential. He does find Twist, but Elijah trades him out straight away, so nice work from him. Manages to recover the AWP as well, so we have an absolute neck-and-neck game right now. 4 apiece with round swing each way. The economy a little bit unbalanced there on compLexity. We do see Yaystar and Def on just over 2K, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Looks like they're just going to save up, go into the next round, which is probably the prudent play at this stage.
But compLexity, that was against an ecoed Liquid. Pistols and whatnot. And Team Liquid, they definitely did great work exploiting that A-site weakness. And I say, once again, just go A-site. It's been working out so well for you whenever you have 5 people up. Just go for A-site again. Slemmy is being... That challenge from Slemmy was a little bit questionable. I mean, if he was able to get 3 kills...
Yeah, I mean, just overextending himself.
If he was able to do more damage, I could understand it. But like compLexity had the numbers there and they couldn't still work it out. Great aim coming out from Liquid. Great shots coming forward. But compLexity do... Like, they don't... I'm trying to find the words for it, but they don't give themselves a chance if they kind of throw away rounds a little bit like that. And it was a little bit of a throwaway round. Stanislaw will spot out at least 1. He's going to be challenged now, and he has to at least take down a few more. Twist, though, is backing him up, and Twist showing how to spray down a push towards Stanislaw as well as Slemmy. Just mowing down anyone coming his direction. Now Peter just left by himself in drop rune.
Not too much to work with there. He's got the CZ and the armor. He's just going to retreat back onto that B-bomb, so maybe up to save that and have enough for his AWP and utility in the next.
Try to get the AK-47. I'm not sure if Twist threw it away in towards an unrecoverable position, but I would say that Peter is able to recover it if it wasn't. It may not have been done. I think it is right there, yeah. Because normally you see someone like pick it up and just chuck it in towards a construction. And JDM, oh, sorry, Nitro is already on the hunt. He's already at tower. Peter's just dancing around the B halls position, but no one else is severely going on the hunt. Elijah is slowly walking and checking lines, and Peter should be able to cut the weapon out unless someone makes a serious running push at this stage, which will give their position away. Nitro is actually really close, but he should be heard out by Peter.
Yeah, he should have this line here. Nice little angle there, takes him down. Not really going to concern the T's too much at this stage, but does manage to save that AK, so...
That actually gives them a little bit of cash to work with. That kill gives them 300 and allows probably the extra smoke grenade to come out. Actually, the kit coming out as well. So that kill is the difference between... Well, he can't pick up the incendiary grenade and try to expect everything, but he does pick up a kit. Has double AWPs actually now on the side of compLexity, looking to try to shake things up. Liquid just going out towards the B site. That's 3 members there trying to get fast control. They'll slow down towards the Hall's position. But it does force compLexity just to use a little bit of early utility to try to control the area.
Yeah, they do like to change it up every now and then. We saw it work quite well on train with this double AWP setup. right now we do see Peter towards that mid position over on the A-bomb site, and Def just locking down Statue here. Looks like there's a heavy presence towards B-plat, but still nothing committed as yet, as Android is actually playing quite forward here into the drop room, just locking that down. So might catch a couple of unsuspecting players there, as they have gotten control of drop quite easily, and Def holding a nice angle here. Should find Twist there, which he opens up onto. So that's a nice way to lock down that plat position, as JDM just waiting for a peek.
Sometimes you got a chance it doesn't work out in Twist favor this time. Liquid is still set up for a B side execute. A lot of utility use, but Yaystar, that is exactly what you want to do. Hold off against drop. You know, you got to challenge it sometimes in depth. Oh, he almost lines up the second one as well as JDM. He's been spotted out. They know where the bomb carrier is, and JDM has to kind of challenge for it. He's going to try and run back, but there's already a chase that's furiously happening for him. JDM will pick off another one. He's going to be tagged down low. Yaystar's coming across will clean things up, but a much better round from compLexity. Stacking two of their more aim-sharp players, Android and Yaystar in drop, going, look, shut down Liquid. Do not allow them out, because Def has B-plant under lockdown. Liquid can't really force up in this round. Okay, they can, but it just means that Stanislaw has to go with the CZ. Maybe a faster sense of play, because they can't get as much utility out, but they've taken time to buy up, so it means that they can't really go that quickly. In fact, the chicken might have made his way out of spawn faster than Nitro did, so...
Yes, I don't think there's too much. Maybe the CZs go out and see if they can get anything done. But these mollies, these nades raining through. Looks like the smokes will rain out, so I might see something a little bit faster. I'm not too sure at this stage. There's a spray, yes, so if he finds anything, this might shut it down before he even gets an opportunity to start, but it looks like he won't find too much through that smoke. Looks like they are shaping up for a push towards this B-plat, but Def, he just really knows how to play towards this plat, doesn't he? Just dancing
It's dangerous,
around
though,
the wall.
because if he doesn't actually play this line correctly, a single flashbang can nullify him, and he does really well to turn, but that's a CT flashbang that blinds him out, and a leash can go just straight out and just take him out. So this is what I mean, like they might not have necessarily all the protocols to kind of take this. As Nitro, if he's able to get another kill, would be huge, but he's already too low. Does manage to collapse under the pressure. You kind of need protocols, because sure, that AWP is really strong, but a single flashbang nullifies it. You can see that it is flat out. They know that Yaystar is just holding towards the E-box line, and he's just revealing the AK-47. It's so tantalizing for Stanislaw. He wants to pounce. He wants to gobble it up. He's presented no opportunity. Flashbang does go forward, 1-for-1. Now down towards the 2-on-2. Yaystar still coming across the Stanislaw, finds one. 2 AWPs and B-plat. You really don't want to see this if you're a compLexity fan, as Yaystar just trapped at alley. His death is imminent. And he's actually just going to hightail out of there. Might be able to take his gun forward, but Stanislaw just shoots him at the back. It is game day for Stanislaw. And he'll just take 1 AWP forward. 2 AWPs would have been good in terms of the retake, but a single AWP is better for the take, and compLexity reset once again. Team Liquid, just by a little bit ahead in this half. Wouldn't say they've won that half comprehensively yet. It's been a good half from compLexity. Struggling and fighting, but they've been unable to chain rounds together, and that's not doing them any favors whatsoever. Yeah,
on that CT side, but still, regardless, a very strong showing. They have arrived. They're here to play, unlike they were on train, where they were a bit slow to start, but you all know how that ended up. Nice aggression there from Def, finds one, just going for a bit more there. Very unlikely with those AKs raining down Hellfire, so they only managed to get the one, which is probably not the result they wanted. Nonetheless, they should be able to buy up into this next round. Do set up, or coming out onto Peter. Double up setup once again. We'll see if they can utilize this, as Team Liquid are so close to edging out this first half. But compLexity, this is exactly what I wanted to see from them, and they've given themselves every chance to really put up a fight on this map.
Like I said, if compLexity get about 6 or 7, like they just need to win 1 more, they have enough to work with on their T side. It just means that Liquid won't completely stomp over them. And the question is then whether compLexity have anything on the T side to show.
Yeah.
But if they don't get to that particular point, it's going to be a little bit challenging, as Peter's actually gone straight towards drop. I think he may have been sussed out by Stanislaw. And Nitro is actually going to take down Depters, trying to AWP towards a long A position. Slemmy, there's just too many people. You can't just dry peek like that. And Peter will be able to pick off one of the AWP before falling back. But still, a lot of positions for both sides to transition across. No one's got a clear advantages around just yet. No map control for the CTs. But Peter will take down JDM. And Stanislaw has revealed himself. It's a very, very low percentage shot. If Peter lands that, you have to say, my goodness.
Yeah, but have a look at Yester coming up through mid here. If he can get a wriggle on there, it could be very dangerous. There's actually his 2 teammates fall, but they're not going to expect him at this stage. If he gets an easy kill, he has every chance to make this a one-on-one situation and improve his chances. But he actually has been spotted out. That is actually the bomb now. The bomb drop there. So if he plays this keenly enough, He could take it away, but Elige a bit too sharp, finding the head of Yeastar, and will get that all-important 8th round. So there goes that first half towards Team Liquid. And you got to think this might be that momentum that they need to kind of build up that buffer.
As compLexity, they're just going to eco for the final round. Liquid may be able to hit double digits. Anyone with extra cash on the side, compLexity has just bought up basic armor and the P250s. We've seen success from these weapons before, especially on the B stack, and that is exactly where Liquid are going, except for JDM. He's forgotten to bring his trusty AWP with him, which he will now proceed to do so.
It would, like, going out fast once again, they know that they're on the eco. This hasn't worked too much. Now it actually opens up, so this might just go really blindly in the favor of this T side, but they've done this before, been fallen short. I mean,
that's much better. Twist, explosive, and that's exactly what you expect Twist to do. He never gets just the 1 kill rounds and chimes in. Liquid is just explosive. They come in all together. They come in fast. They do a lot of damage. And now Deft is trying his best to escape out of there, but Nitro is already on the hunt, and there's nothing that Deft can do unless he lands the headshot early on. So compLexity will come into the final round of the half with a serviceable buy. It's not the most cash in the world to work with, but it's enough to at least get them the firepower that they need to make it competitive. So Liquid, they have everything they want.
Indeed, and I think this 6th round is quite important for nothing else but the fact they're trying to halt what Liquid are doing right now. And they're just kind of taking over the map, brushing everything off and playing very confidently, and that's something that compLexity probably will want to stave off. Nice anti-boost coming through towards drop here, and they do favor this position, so they might just walk straight into the crosshair of Yeastar. Actually has been tagged down to 6-7 health, but Peter just holding this line here. Lige might just flash himself out and be caught in a difficult position if Peter decides to spam through that. And Dev actually catches Stanislaw. It looks like he was actually half asleep there. And now it's just down to the 3 players. So much better around here from compLexity. Peter should be able to find another frag. As I say that, he actually misses the shot. And JDM just taking a very risky peek there. Not giving too much away. Right now, you can see compLexity. They know this is their round to lose, so not overextending themselves too much, which you like to see.
And Yeastar's already locked down the flank as well, so there's nowhere for Liquid to actually go. They've gone 1-for-1. They've gone for 1-for-1 positions. Hasn't worked out in their favor. And Yeastar, he can just kind of chill out and just fall back. There's so many angles for a lead to check in Dragon Lore and Halls, and he can't check them all. He's going to have to group up. And Nitro, the net is enclosing around him. You can see the CTs playing so close towards slope. Yeastar, off angle if I see one. It's actually going to be smoked off, and Elige can walk around it and try to make things work out, but Yeastar is just keeping his head hidden, knowing that Elige most likely has to come towards this angle. Elige is going to check it, but Yeastar's a little bit sharper, 7 HP, can just fall back and keep things guessing. And Nitro, he has to gamble, he has to go for some position, surely. And there you have it, Yeastar still playing close, loses his life. Nitro, shoots to the edge of the wall? What?
I mean, he was on 4 HP, but nonetheless, that's still a very flashy way to do it. And now he's going to have 4 players on set upon me on this bomb site. Android here just playing towards the boulder there will eventually take him down. Actually, no, it's Peter with the orb to take him down. He manages to find the head once again through the boulder. So nice 2 headshots there to try to close things out. But will fall nonetheless.
Yeah, and compLexity do manage to put 6 on the board. So that's good for them because it means that they have a chance to fight back on the T side. But like I said, I haven't seen their T side before. We'll have to see what they have on the board. We'll be back in 1.5 minutes. everyone, and welcome back from halftime between compLexity as well as Liquid. I can never say complexity. compLexity.
That's fine, mate. Just say it fast enough and you can't even tell. compLexity. compLexity. That's fine.
I think there is a little bit of difference, but compLexity do have 6 rounds on the board after their CT side. They'll be transitioning to the T side on Cobblestone, and yeah, okay, that's about fair. Yeah, I don't think compLexity have enough in terms of the T side. You could vaguely see in the CT side that it looked like they had a basic understanding, but not enough to really challenge Liquid. And Liquid, this is one of their pet maps. It's like one of their favorite maps. And just imagine if it's like the final round they didn't go for 1-for-1s. It looked like Liquid was trying to test something. It's like, you know, let's go for default. Try playing for the 1-for-1s. It's not really... We've already won at this half point. We're fairly certain that we can take this map. We don't really have to do something special.
Yeah.
Like that's not something they would do in, say, for example, a major quarterfinal, semifinal. I don't think they'll try to go for the 1-for-1 plays. It's more of something they want to try and develop a default, try to develop a contact play potentially. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Use the online league as a testing sounding board, and if you're about to lose, then you start stepping things up. That's where you start going, all right, this is what we're actually doing now.
Yeah, absolutely the case. And like you said, there's a bit of an unknown quantity, this complexity.
Even now
I'm thinking about
for
it's the most important letter. It's the big letter when they write it out as well. But this complexity T side is a bit of an unknown quantity, and this could be where it kind of unravels for them, depending on how we go. It'd be great insight once we get to that first gun round. But if you don't have that much depth, and Liquid just obviously very sound on their CT side on this map, you could just become an absolute whitewash here. But they have put up quite good numbers thus far in this first half, and this pistol round will all the more help their cause. But we'll see how this plays out.
Early flashbangs towards B side. Just means it resets towards a 4-on-4, unless Elise has something to say about it. Elise just goes, oh, look, there's no one towards B plant. I reckon it's going to be A, and that's exactly where compLexity are. There you have it. I can pronounce the L, guys.
Indeed. So the rotate coming through, but just not quite fast enough. Looks like they will get onto that site. JDM just trying to pepper away, be a bit of a nuisance. It looks like he would just fall back, wait for his team to rotate. Maybe they're just going to play for a retake situation. Good play, but that counter boost coming up for Yeastay. Might find a nice frag onto JDM, so JDM not quite sure what hit him there. Twist trying to get the refrag, which it does indeed. So 3-on-2 situation here. Peter holding that close angle, making it a 2-on-2 situation. Now Android just spotting Elise, just trying to get that shot through the wall there. But Elise getting him through with that Glock. So now it's all down to Peter. They know where he is. He's made a bit of sound, but he's a completely protected defuse here.
Yeah, and Elise just makes it look too easy with the Glock. I was about to say is that the position is strong, but not if you haven't planted for it.
Yeah.
And they haven't planted for it.
So Nitro just having all the protection there. His mate Elise coming through to finish the last player off, and there you have it. That could be all she wrote, really, depending on what compLexity can bring out. They did get the bomb plant. I mean, I'm a bit doubtful on their T side.
Let's wait until we see a few buy rounds and then make a justification. I think we can write them off on the base of a pistol. I mean, the pistols, in my mind, it's like you can set yourselves up for success, but when you have 2 players that are really good form who can just sprint around and one-tap you, it's kind of like,
yeah.
Your really strong pistol strategies can fall apart based upon the fact that you're up against stronger aimers and they just instantly just one-tap you every single time. compLexity would love another bomb plant, a single flashbang on Peter this time around to potentially get them access on towards the B bomb site. So just waiting for the smokes to fade.
Yep. Seeing what they can work with here, but all these players are very close to that connected position. The rotate will be coming flying through if they do so choose to execute onto this B site. Def just getting caught in that smoke there, decides not to push it. So it looks like they really are backing themselves for some sort of result coming out of this round.
Yeah, second smoke comes forward and compLexity a little bit scared. They just go, have Liquid read what we're doing? Because there's a very deep smoke. They have no idea. It could be an SMG close, could be in the right corner, could be boosted up, any angle possible. But they are going to be challenging the M4 directly into Liege. He's just taking a few shots. He will have backup from his teammates, so he's not going to be too pressured. And they're actually just going to line up straight for a Liege. He's still going to go for the duel, which I don't really recommend considering on 16 you have the M4. So he's going to fall back and allow JDM to have a bit of the fun. What a great guy, Liege. Does a little bit of damage and just wants his other teammates to come in and just get a few kills.
Why does Elise still have a Glock?
Strong pistol. There's a strong pistol in the pistol round. I mean, you're never going to deplete out of ammo. There's imagine a case where it's you emptied out your USB clip and it's just, you're just going, okay, what do I do now? Can't throw my knife. Can't just fling it across the map and hope you get a kill.
He still has it. I mean, along with that AK buy before and like just question mark there, but You know what, man? If it works for him, that's a lot of it, CS, right? If you feel a gun...
He's a professional CS player. We aren't. That's the point.
Touche. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit mind-boggling, but I'm sure he has his reasons behind it. So let's see what they can come up with here by coming out. Slimmy, just on that UMP, not too much utility to wish for there. Looks like their stack will be the bomb making its way up towards mid here. So this could be a nice little read as we do see Nitro is very far forward along with his teammate Stanislaus. Looks like they're going to retreat towards that site. M4 and UMP in tow. Opening frag coming out, but it gets traded out 1-for-1 there. Def makes his way across, so the information has been garnered. The spray coming through the wall, not actually hitting him. He doesn't even have 100 health. The peak coming out. Peter does eventually find him. Stanislaus coming out from the long position. Android is keen onto it. Takes him down straight away, so it's a 4-on-2 situation. Peter and Android are quite low, though, giving much benefit to the UMP of Twist, but this is a very difficult position here.
If they aren't able to get a kill in the next 10 seconds, they're just going to back out and actually just make that in the next 1 second because they're just backing out.
Yep. You just don't want to enter onto that site with nearly next to no utility there. Hold on to the guns, taking it to the next round. You have a few round buffer as well, which is always going to work in your favor. As we do see Slemmy, who is opted out. He's the one player that doesn't have the AK, not giving too much away there. Might spot out Twisty. He could get a frag, but UMP, quite a bit of distance between them. Nice little flash comes out. He actually pots a couple of shots while blinded, but it looks like Twist will get away with his life. He actually manages to recover an AK as well on Plat. So, you know, half decent save there coming out from Liquid.
It looks like compLexity have something on the board to bring, so Liquid can't really use this as a very easy testing board, as a confidence builder. They do have to take things at least a little bit more seriously, because compLexity, just utilizing one of them, like two of their members as decoys towards B plat, kind of throws off the rotation on Liquid, and then compLexity just slowly walk up and make contact play at slope, and it works out favorably for them. Very favorably, as a matter of fact, as Depth is locked behind a little bit of utility, decides to back out. Rest of compLexity just taking this slow. They know that Liquid have most likely bought up into this, and Stanislaus actually just as an AWP with no armor, no utility, only the sniper rifle.
Yeah, so if he gets that one bullet off, not too much to worry about, but this should be a nice nade raining out. He does a bit of damage in the spray through, also doing well. Nitro got the information there. Pushes the smoke, gets him a bit off guard there. Stanislaus needs to bank a couple of shots there, manages to get one retreat for his teammate. So puts the numbers back to an equal playing field as the site has been approached upon by compLexity there. Bomb making its way through. Stanislaus gets a second one, gets caught out with a nade, eventually gets traded out straight away, and Yesta will find Twist, and now it's just down to JDM and Elysian. This looks like a familiar sight once again, as it's actually Elysian coming out from that mid position. JDM has to find a frag here.
He's in the prime position to do so. He knows where Yaestar is, will be able to catch him off guard, but doesn't know where Peter is. Now it is all up to Elige. 1-on-2. Slemmy's got the AWP in hand, but Peter is low. This is definitely doable for Elige. He has a flashbang and a smoke grenade to work, and he wants to isolate it. You can see there's the smoke on towards the site. He wants to isolate it. High flashbang. This shouldn't nullify Slemmy though, but Peter is just too good. We'll just come out with the AK-47 and get another headshot. Doesn't even need the AWP. Works through 2 rounds in a row. We'll reset Liquid. Liquid just stay on pistols, may get a few Peter 50s in hand. Oh no, I'm feeling it. I think it's going to go into overtime. I'm calling it early.
You're calling it overtime?
I'm calling it early. I'm cursing myself.
We did see a bit of a late start, so there wasn't too much area to drop off, but compLexity, they look like they lost a little bit towards the end of that OT on train, and here we go. They had quite a solid start here. We're going to see if they can keep it up into this. Yaestar opening up nicely. This is just the eco round coming out though, so a matter of just panning up a couple of stats and making sure not give away too many guns. These players getting tagged, not landing the shots they need to. But at this stage, don't need to trouble themselves too much. As actually Andrew just jumps out, you know, he's like, oh, I can take these guys. They've only got USPs, but he only did have that macked in, so nothing too much lost there as the rotate comes through. Nitro reading it perfectly, seeing if he can get anything done by rotating a bit earlier.
But at that stage, because what Android did, he effectively sacrificed himself, and they just go, all right, there's nothing. Tep just charges in. What Android does by charging in that position, okay, he dies. He loses the max and has to buy up. It's not even a big deal. That's a particular time because he identifies that Liquid have stacked the B site. A site will be completely open and they can go towards there. And Elige is actually on a very, very long play and might catch out Slemmy, who's already dinked down. Slemmy's probably about 4 P to 50 shots, and there you have it. Elige just cool, calm, and collected, just pops off Slemmy's head. Depth just aware that JDM might be looking for something with the USB as well, as the Liege will recover the AK-47 complexity. We'll just try to save their guns. No point hunting at this stage. Or they'll just hunt together, but they're so low. I just never recommend hunting when you're low. You're still trying to build up your economy. Sure, you've won a few rounds in a row, but any extra money that you have is always great, because if Liquid do manage to reset you, you just go, yeah, we've got AK-47s, we've got everything that we need, and JDM nearly catches a few off guard.
Yeah, absolutely. But maybe just exiting the bomb site together, making sure that JDM wasn't too close to do a little bit of a sneaky exit frag there. Nonetheless, the buy coming out from Liquid for Mass onto Twist. So he's a little bit worse for wear, but has quite a few utilities. No head armor, which doesn't play too much of a difference, because we do see 4 AKs and that 8 WP on the board. And this might be a bit of a test here, as compLexity have had a couple of rounds strung together on buys that have been a little bit worse for wear. Nice nade coming out there. Doesn't actually do too much damage, though, taking 11 off def. They still have a 5-on-5.
Oh, Liquid are not going to suspect this, though. Look at how far he's gone without using any utility. The AWP isn't really watching the line. Android just trying to go for a chance shot through the edge of the smoke. It's not going to work out. They've boosted one on the wall, Stanislaw. This is going to be great if they don't peek from slope. And you can see Yaestar and Android are coming across. compLexity just holding at long A for now. They've got a lot of territory. Liquid don't have a good read of the situation until they see the smoke grenades coming across, and this is up to Stanislaw to step up huge right now. Nitro at the APC. Peter now locking down the line with the AWP. Flashbang comes forward. He's going to fall off the line. Peter knows where he is. Easy sidestep in towards Stanislaw's death. Know where you can go as soon as you see the players coming out from slope. And now Nitro, huge work to do as Twist falls. Oh my goodness. compLexity making these entries work out so well. And Liquid just going to have to look to save this AWP and AK-47. Or Liege cannot even challenge the angle because Slem is waiting for it on top of the APC. He's made it his own. Armed personnel carrier. More like Slemmy personnel carrier. JDM just backing off.
It works out there. Liege obviously just trying to find some magic that maybe finds a frag or two and gives his team a chance. But Liquid now just JDM alive. AWP, all important to try to save that. But, I mean, compLexity, they're playing well. They're playing very structured. But not only that, but the individual players are just hitting shots. I mean, this is really well shaping up for any opportunity they have to take away this map. And a nice quick scope there from JDM, take one out. But they know exactly where he is now. He finds the head of Yaestar. So that might be a little bit costly on the other side of that coin. But it looks like he will be able to save this AWP to some prudent saving work there. Always a nice little place to hide. Just for show. Wouldn't really hide in there if someone was chasing you there.
Yeah, bathroom break, wash your hands afterwards, come out.
Oh, you don't want to wash your hands in one of those places. Is it come from storage water in a portaloo?
I don't know.
Because it's definitely not plumbing.
That portable hand wash.
The dead old thing, yeah.
This is especially after like frequenting net cafes, you definitely want one of those with you.
Just wear gloves. Wear really thin gloves to just not have any risk.
Don't just thin gloves, thick gloves. You just walk in there, just you drive in there with the APC, and then you just don't use the toilet in there. You use the toilet inside the APC.
And then you wonder why you spent all your money on the APC and not a decent gaming rig, right? You have to go to PC Cafe. Ooh, Android finding against the counter boost. Stanislaw not banking too much there. Molly will rain out, so we'll just get a couple of those CT players to retreat back from drop.
So compLexity, they've gotten one pick so far. They just got to identify where JDM has the AWP. Nitro spotting the line, but Peter, he's been playing ridiculously well this series so far. And compLexity overall, as a team, definitely have stepped it up. And Twists, even if Yaestar did fall, there are a lot of members ready for the trade. And well, Liege has been boosted up. He is on the lurk behind, and Android might be caught out. There it is. There's one. Peter will come across. Won't be able to get the trade in time. He'll go and retrieve the bomb. Liege. There's a flashbang. Peter will get out in time, and JDM still has the AWP up, but he might be flanked coming out from Slemmy. Oh, Slemmy makes noise. Gets found out. JDM. I know his depth is close, and JDM can't land the close range shot, unfortunately, but compLexity have brought it back 11 apiece, and Liquid might need a tactical pause just to talk about what's going wrong for them. Or just try to identify what compLexity are doing really well and see if they can counter it. Danger, though, is Liquid. Double AWP comes out. Even if they do win this, compLexity still have cash to work with, and Liquid may not have as much, so they need to keep as many guns alive as possible as compLexity just charging on towards the B halls.
I mean, I stated that I was a little bit concerned about what compLexity had on this T side, but I guess they have all been alleviated because they actually have quite a little bit of depth there, and especially with the way these players, these individual efforts are getting onto these entries. And Peter with that AWP, it looks like all signs are good. They got a wet sail right now coming home, but you know Liquid, you can never quite count them out. And now with the double AWP setup, I think this is the best buy. Utility still, you know, somewhat not quite there, and they don't have the kind of kits that they would like, but in terms of just raw firepower, this is the kind of best setup that we have seen.
Oh no, Android, don't lose the bomb! Oh my goodness, that is such a risky play. He just goes out charging by himself.
That's, yeah, you know.
Oh my goodness, give me a big heart attack. He still gets the headshot though, which is really well done, but now they have just surrounded themselves. Stanislaw, nothing he can do. Too many angles to check, and now Nitro just holding down slope, knows that there is one coming in from there. And Peter, oh my goodness, just dry peeks it. compLexity just shows up on Cobblestone. It's not even their map pick, and just completely rails one of the best teams in NA on it so far. Yeah. What is going on? Like, Liquid are not bad at Cobblestone. This is one of their best maps, and compLexity just gone, this is your map pick, this is now our map pick.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I guess it comes down to that roll of the dice by Android to just pop out of that window and just with bomb in tow and get down. He gets tagged down to 9, but changes the whole tide of the play. We see that player on long get pincered and absolutely flanked with nothing to play for. JDM could try to line up with Kalati, but saving the AWP is much more important, so they probably won't double check that spot again, but it looks like there's a couple more players coming towards his direction. But it looks like he should be safe at this stage. So, you know, good discipline there from JDM. Could have found an easy frag or two, but not giving away a spot, and manages to save that AWP, which is, we've seen that quite a few times, you know, just saying testament to compLexity, just grinding out these wins. And that peak from Peter just to show the angle. That's good game sense from him.
Peter's been playing really, really well once again this entire series. Has definitely stepped it up, and I think that's the changing part for compLexity, where the members are individually all starting to step up. That's what we saw against Optic about a week ago, and Peter, oh my goodness, JDM doesn't even have a chance. His head just straight off. Peter, single-handedly.
Forget about it. So that is the AWP that has gotten Stanislaw opts to pick it up. We have seen him do a bit of work with it before, so we'll see if he can do anything. But right now, numbers advantage, everything advantage in favor of compLexity. They also have the momentum to carry this through, and Liquid just struggling to find an answer to this attack that compLexity is putting on them.
6 rounds in a row so far, and Liquid have not had an answer for, and Lolly's just hiding behind the box, can do a lot of damage on the back of this MP9. He's going to peek out, spraying forward, but doesn't land the headshot. Twist will, though.
Yeah, Twist, he's got the CZ, might be able to find a second one, tags the player quite low, but eventually gets traded out. Nitro on 19 HP. It's a 2-on-2, so they do have a chance to try to turn the tide, but Slemmy will shut Nitro down. And Stanislaw, once again, he has AWP. If he can find one, he might have an opportunity, but Peter's already watching his angle. He just knows exactly what's up and will take him down straight away. So nothing saved that time. Liquid's economy is going to be, you know, they'll get that max round, but at this stage, they've got to kind of be patient. But
I swear that this is the stage where you kind of do need to slow things down and just talk things up and try to figure out what compLexity are doing. Maybe they have a read, maybe they figured out and they're going to execute on this game plan. But so far, compLexity, they haven't really full executed anywhere. They've split across the map, they're trying different things, their contact play is working out ridiculously well for them. And that's all that they've needed so far. They haven't needed these full executes. Liquid, what are they going to do now? As Stanislaw is going to be challenged. There is the smoke grenade, just holding them off at bay just a little longer. Nitro has the AWP, just watching slope as well as the entry towards sewers and danger. And JDM, Yaestar, I can see what he's trying to do there. A little bit of a risk play. It's not going to work out this time around as JDM just waiting and watching, ever so vigilant, will be able to be rewarded for it.
Yeah, that's the danger that compLexity needs to stay away from. They get a bit confident. They're having a very dominant T side. They overextend themselves just a little bit, and a team like Liquid will just pounce on any opportunity given, as we just saw there onto Yaestar. So hopefully he learns his lesson from that and just plays that methodical counter-strike that we have seen them so far in this half, which will definitely lead them to every chance to take out this, what would definitely be an upset against, like you said, Karath, one of the best teams in NA. Legion, a nice little spot there. Needs to find that frag, but Slemmy, once again, a bit too sharp on him. So it's a nice even trade there. JDM manages to find one. Gets a tag as well there. So this looks like this might be an opportunity to bring up that 12th round. And it'll be the first round in a little while as we actually see Def taking out Nitro.
Oh my goodness, you can't just dry peek like that, Stanislaw. Oh my goodness, that round was like Liquid. They did so much work in the back of JDM getting the picks. Look at those Molotovs coming forward. Perfect timing. Twist, though, can still shut this down. If he can find a little bit of damage on towards Peter. Def's come across. Oh, no, he's going to miss it. And Peter, Still challenging the line. He's lost the bomb, and I think that's about it. Slemmy's on the lurk, 1-on-1. Twist on the site. Slemmy on 38 HP. Has a Molotov and smoke to work with. All Twist needs to do is hide. Oh, but there's Molotov. It might be perfect. The Molotov's flying in towards default. Twist needs to move. He's dropped down. He's died in the Molotov. Slemmy, 300 IQ play.
Wow. Slemmy there. That was all but gone. Like you said, all they had to do is hide. It just throws a perfect Molotov. Just can't even get away. To the point. Oh, wow.
Slemmy's just like, oh, that's all right. There's about 50, there's about 5 different spots Twist could be sitting at. I'm going to throw my Molotov absolutely perfectly and kill Twist. And compLexity, now 2 points away from taking the game.
Just on the back of that play, you just know compLexity are just kind of...
They're just switched on right now.
There's just no stopping them at this stage. Liquid really need to dig deep. They need to do something. Like you said, they're testing out the sort of plays that they might not necessarily do with the bigger tournaments. They're kind of, you know, big, impactful games that, you know, win those titles. But if they just can't get out of this lull that they're in, they're just going to lose to compLexity. And I think they left it too late, really. I can't see them coming away with this the way it's shaping up. They need to do something with this buy right now.
It's important to note on the side of compLexity, I don't think they had better strategies compared towards Liquid, but what they've done better so far is as a 5-man unit, they've played better together and they've been able to isolate these lines. They played explosive, and that's what I want to see. Explosive.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a way to find it. And Android just trying to open up the account there coming through. They've got control of drop. Looks like the push will come out towards that A bomb side. Android just opening up onto Legion. Now it's down to JDM. Twist is fully flashed. Slemmy just stands in the fire. You know what? I'll die in the fire, but I'll take you down with me. Now it's a 2-on-2 situation. They need to win this Liquid. They can't let compLexity get to that 15th round. Already it's going to be difficult. Even if they do win, they might be able to recover a couple of guns, but it's a 2-on-2 situation. The bomb will go down. Look how low Nitro is. It does have a molly in hand, but Yaster is just kind of reading this perfectly. He's going to take him down straight away. It's going to be very difficult for Nitro to get away with anything. Doesn't even actually face him. Gives him a free, easy kill. Now it's just down to Stanazor, and he's got the swag 7.
And he's fallen down.
Yeah, if there is a worse weapon you want to be stuck with and give away your position, it's that one. He might find one, tags him down to 1.
That is the story. That is the story of Liquid. You can come so close, but when your opponents are living on 1 HP and just laughing it off, they were down 11-6. This many rounds in a row, compLexity Liquid have not found an answer. Not even a single tactical pause, and it's just like, come on, guys.
This is such a beautiful compLexity to watch right now.
This is the compLexity I saw against Optic, where I'm like, this is like, sure, they're a little bit rough around the edges, but it is a diamond in the rough. That's why we call it a diamond in the rough, because they never come out perfect. It takes work, it takes discipline, it takes time, but when it does just come out, it's a 4-star meal. We're going back towards the food analogy, right? Because it's been a long day. But this is like a 4-star meal. It's not perfect, but the ingredients are there. A lot of love, a lot of passion being put in towards it, and it's been rewarded. compLexity is so close towards taking this map victory, which should be absolutely huge for them. A massive confidence booster that what they're doing is working out.
Yeah, they came so close against Optic last week, and just even on that previous map, losing into triple overtime, but now it looks like they've got every opportunity to kind of get that big scalp under their belt and really, like you said, reward that kind of effort that you know they've been putting in there. And it's good to see that they're consistently getting further and further forward in the progression as Stanazor just peaks with that Swag 7, the opening frag, going into the favor of Twist, and there you go, the Swag 7 delivering a result. Android getting onto Twist there, needs to find something but Leech with a nice little flank there. So it's a 2-on-4 here. It's not all over yet. Liquid, we know the kind of team that they are, what they're capable of. Def will find onto JDM. The trade needs to come out here. Liege given away. Peter unfortunately has the orb. Can't do too much with it. Tries to find a shot. Gets the pistol out. Will chase him through, but he's going to run out of bullets here. He might give him away for the knife, and the Liege gets the knife in. So that is very unfortunate. And there you go. Flip side of the corner. Liege, AWP collected. 1 HP left and a knife kill for the ego boost. 12-15. There is still money in the bank for compLexity. But like you said, one of the rough things around the edges is that kind of ability to just, you know, not maintain that composure. They could
pistol and he's on 1 HP. Peter's just throwing away, can't get the kill.
They could very easily let this slip. We talk about Liquid as a choke team, compLexity. They haven't got that experience, that big game kind of knowledge. They'll try their best, but they could get overzealous. They could get white line fever, taken into overtime, and Liquid might carry this away. So they need to recalibrate here. It is there for the taking, but they need to play this as if it's like 1-1.
So that's for the taking, but as well, it's like when it's on a podium, you always have to be careful of bananas around the podium that Liquid have set up, because you can slip and fall in towards overtime. No one actually does that, though. Like, no one actually puts bananas on podium, just pretend.
Well, the thing is, if you're putting bananas around a podium, you know the other person's already won. You're just being a dick and doing something to hurt them after they've won, right?
Maybe it's the annual banana competition. Who knows? Or it's
Well,
like
then
whoever can eat the most bananas will grow the best banana.
I was questioning the integrity of your story, but I was like, where the bananas come from? But annual banana festival, your story checks out, mate.
Exactly.
It works. But 12-15, a little bit slower coming out from compLexity, just trying to take control of that drop room. There's not too much of a presence there, so they should be able to get down.
This is all going to go down towards Elige making this play, because there's 2 down towards drop. The bomb is making its way back towards A. Liquid have stacked 3 on the A bomb site. But admittedly, it's not the best firepower. I mean, Twist is a UMP. Depth has been tagged down, but the single UMP bullet, he's going to need 2, and Depth lands his headshot. This is the game changer right now, whether or not they can hold long A, because they are coming through slope. Is Stanislaw playing close with an M4? He is just waiting and biding his time. There's no one else supporting him. They're already up through column. There's a flashbang. It's not a great flashbang, but Stanislaw still managed to make it work. They know where the bomb is now. Yaster now pushes out. Twist takes down Depth, and Nitro holding onto the position. There's a 1-for-1 trade, but that is why I said the long A position is so important, because Twist has now stepped up. Liquid, I'm fairly certain they've broken compLexity's economy, and I've just cursed myself at the beginning by saying that it is going to go into overtime.
They could force into this if they have the nerve to hold on.
They shouldn't.
They really shouldn't, but you never know. It looks like that 8K has come out, but that is from Peter. He's got 8K on him.
He's got 8.5K.
8.5K, so that's what I mean. He does also have an 8K. It has been dropped. Timer has been called, and the orb has come out, so it looks like they're buying into this. They don't want to take it to another overtime. They want to win it now, end it now. They do have that safety of, they can't lose it in regulation. They have got that buffer, but this is what I mean. Would we have seen this if they had lost and had to eco 10 rounds ago? I really don't think so. This is where they might be getting angsty. They can see it. They can reach it. They're going to stretch out for it, and in the time they're going to drop the ball in the process, as we see Def on that CZ. This is interesting. I really do, obviously trying to be unbiased, but I really do hope this works out for compLexity.
No, you throw from CT, so it just saves a bit of utility early on for your mates at B. It's pretty good.
I never thought about this, but just in terms of, we never obviously associate CSGO with reality, but that is one hell of an arm. He should not be a counter-terrorist. He should be in the NFL.
It's actually not that hard to throw that far, is it?
If you think about the height and distance to clear. Imagine looking at a castle and throwing a grenade over the top tower.
I could do it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I could actually do it.
We need to go
easily.
to a castle, dude. I really want to see you do that. But
like jumping, considering like weather conditions are decent, like it's not too windy. No. I could easily pick
We're
a
going to a castle,
mate.
Well, we'll find a castle one day, and we want to see you throw a metal object across that far.
Not a metal object. If it lands, it's gonna hurt someone. Tennis ball. I mean,
I'll pay to clear the area. But let's have a look at this game. 13-15, compLexity on the verge of a huge upset. They're forced into this, as we did see Peter on 8K. They got the orb, they got a little bit of utility, but lacking in a lot of areas. And we see the double orb setup coming from Liquid. They are slowly running a utility, but it looks like this push will come out to this B bomb site. 3 players are stacked there. The entries are all so important. This could be shut down, which would almost guarantee going into overtime as Twist opens up onto 2, bringing back that form we saw on Train. It looks like they're going to stack up towards broken wall here. Peter finds 1, and Yaster actually backs up, so now it's a 2-on-2 situation. Yaster take down to 37. He's got a single smoke in hand. Slemmy, this is key. He needs to find the frag onto Stanislaw, which he does. So now it's 2-on-1. Nitro with that AWP in hand needs to find those 1-on-1s to give himself any opportunity. Takes out his P250, makes a bit of noise there. That should be the cue. And there you have it. Slemmy takes it down, and that force buy works out in the end.
16-14. No, 16-13 actually. Jeez.
What a game.
What a game. But compLexity, congratulations. They do take the 1-1 for today. And even they take the 1 point from overtime as well. So technically they're the winners in this.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine if compLexity make it towards Odense. Imagine that. And that's suddenly the realm of that. The realm of them actually making it towards Pro League Finals has been blown open, because that's the compLexity. We saw it against Optic a little bit. We saw the potential of them coming forward. They were very, very cold against Luminosity, and all of a sudden, we see this against Liquid.
Yeah.
Triple overtime. Sure, they lose out towards the very end, but they win on Liquid's pick of Cobblestone. Just like the Bastion, the castle of Cobblestone, this was the Bastion of Liquid. This was like their home map. This is the one where it's like, you saw Brazilians playing Cobblestone, and it's like Brazilians like love Cobblestone. It's one of the best maps they can play at. Liquid love this map, and they just lost it against compLexity.
It's interesting how it works like that, but that is the beauty of Pro League. It would be absolutely fantastic to see compLexity in the finals in Odense, but Elige here with a nice little spray down. I mean, it was a good effort, but they just really kind of fell off a little bit towards the latter parts of that round, but they do pick it up. And compLexity, very impressive effort.
And I just wonder if Liquid just called a tactical pause a little bit early and tried to figure things out, because they left it, in my mind, they left it too late. compLexity won nearly, I'd say, at least 8 T rounds in a row.
Yeah.
8 T rounds in a row before there was an answer from Liquid, or at least 9 before there was an answer. And then they were just too like, that's just a 300 IQ play. What do you do if you twist? It's like, you've worked your way into a perfect spot, playing it perfectly, and then Slemmy is just like, I've read you since you've made that play.
Yeah.
Your Molotov's flying straight forward towards there. And this is the part where it's just like, you got to feel a little bit bad for Peter, but, you know, it was returned in favor afterwards, because I think Yaestar lived with 1 HP as well.
Yeah.
So it was close. That was how close it was. It sometimes went down towards a single HP, but compLexity still do take it. They take the 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good effort. What more can you say? Everyone sort of turned up. The game plan worked. They were actually down at the half. You know, it was 9-6, I believe, was it?
Yeah, 9-6. Yeah. They were down 6. Like they had 6 rounds on the CT side, and said, "Look, 6 rounds is definitely serviceable. As long like I just have to wait to see the T side." It was just really solid contact play. It was very minimal executes. It was always pincering off in positions, and they definitely punished Liquid for not showing up today. Where Liquid probably played a little bit cold, I would say. I wouldn't say overconfident, just a little bit cold. And when compLexity was firing up, that was it. As we take a look at the rest of today, it's been a long day, but it started off with a 16-0 by SK, and then Splice in overtime did take a victory on Inferno. They were down 11-4 at one stage as well, and Splice did come back to bring it all the way to the victory. Triple overtime for Liquid. They managed to take it at the very end, but they couldn't beat compLexity on Cobblestone on the main screen. 2-0 towards Renegades, and a 1-1 split between Optic as well as Immortals. And Immortals kind of showing off their new sign-up on Horvey, who did decently well, I'd say, but it was really Destiny and Steel in that first map and overpass that kind of carried them forward. But Immortals is overall a good kind of match day for them for match day number 13.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting 16-4 against any kind of top-tier team, especially that firepower that is on Optic, is very impressive. But let's not take anything away from the efforts of Splice and compLexity, getting a map against some of the almost the guaranteed teams that you expect to see at those LAN finals in Odense. Yeah,
I think Splice, it's like they get 1 point overall. They, like, SK still go up a little bit more. They'll be like, oh no, sorry. Splice will get 2 points. SK will get 4 points in total. They'll be relatively happy with that, because overtime, you win overtime, you get 2 points. Victories get 3 points, and draws, or not draws, but if you lose overtime, you get 1 point. Losses get 0. So it's really, in my mind, compLexity come out on top. You get the victory in regulation time, and you also, like, sure, it's overtime, you barely lose, but you get more points than that as well. So they're kind of in the same boats as SK. Good stuff by them.
Oh, and even more on the fact they came from underneath, and we spoke about those odds before, but I don't. You remember?
Yeah, it was like something like 7 for. Oh, sorry, for Splice, right? The odds were about 11 to 1.01 at one stage, and I went, that's probably a little bit harsh at this stage. I wouldn't say that Splice are over and down and out yet. SK didn't play too particularly well at the end of Inferno. Splice definitely did, and anyone who put probably about $10 in Splice would be very, very happy today for a bet weight. Yep. I mean, they would have just cashed down $110.
Maybe almost as happy as compLexity following that last map as well. Once again, the upset coming through, and I mean, it wasn't like they grounded out. It was a very impressive showing, especially for those 7 or 8 rounds they won on a row on that T side. I mean, I know I definitely questioned it. You may have had some questions about the T side as well, but very confident team on Cobblestone, apparently.
Absolutely, and that is going to be it for us for match day number 13. It has been a long day, but if you want some more Counter-Strike action, we'll be back for Pro League tomorrow as well. So make sure you tune in probably about the same time tomorrow. Until then, have a good evening and have a good sleep. Splice to at least force out early utility, but now here comes the upper take, and Fallen, easy pick on 1. They're now onto towards the side, but Fallen picks off 2. It almost takes down Semphis as well. You had a feeling that Fallen would hit that. No, he doesn't. They retrieve the AWP and Splice. What can you say? I mean, when you force up AKs and everything like this.
Practice. What is the 3 there's 4 seasons, 4 hits and shots, and Damien. This porch area, then the spray down comes from coldzera, and Taco finds 2, and then Splice managing to get coldzera down in Mitch, but it looks like it's just a very hairy situation. Bomb.
You can float one more player back towards the easy into coldzera. Oh my goodness, you can't just individually peek, guys. What are you doing?
It's really insane to think that the secondary combo, but managing to
take that forward. There's a wall actually lost. Berg trying to go in for the entry. There's no backup. coldzera also falling against Semphis. Now playing.
Just shut it down straight away. Now it's on coldzera. throws his molly, but names the radar. A little bit of damage to a couple players. He pushes through the molly, he comes through. Construction finds one nice shot at that, but still 3 players up. He finds the second. Coldzera just needs to absolutely ham right now.
Listen, they might actually get punished for this. They're not looking towards the inner push. We're spraying down. The inner's gonna go, oh, he's got this. I really like this drop down play coming out. Like those.
Tries to find a bit of aggression there, man. Just find a second. Might get caught off guard. He actually managed to find a second onto the
love how compLexity do that. It's very easy. Pop Dog control coming forward, but Twin Live still staying in a dangerous position. As long as he can take down a few, there it is. He's taking out a leash. Yeah, have Joy won't find the first big play. Almost works out. Twin is so sharp on towards death. And now Android, Dead Man walking the shot.
Will chase him through, but he's going to run out of bullets. He might give him away.
Oh my
God!